Hi, junior soldiers. Today, we're going to dig a little deeper into doctrines. As you may have learned by now, doctrines are a way of laying out what we believe as Christians, and specifically, as Salvationists. In fact, each of the 11 doctrines of the Salvation Army start with 2 words.
We believe.
Nicely done, everyone.
Are you sure? It didn't sound rehearsed?
Nah, man. Nailed it.
Sweet.
So we know what doctrines are, and we know that they're important. But where did they come from? Mama Luma?
Right here, Turk.
It's time for a Holla Mahalo trip through history. When William Booth founded the Salvation Army, he was an ordained Methodist minister, and our doctrines are very similar to the Methodists. Methodism was founded by John Wesley, and the Methodist doctrines were developed from earlier church traditions and creeds. Right, Kat?
That's right, Turk. And throughout history, every doctrine or creed was part of the ones that came before. The Westminster Confession, the Augustana, the Athanasian Creed, the Nicene Creed.
The Apostles' Creed?
Nice, Bram. You've been paying attention.
I have my moments.
So what does all that mean? This is all a part of a story. Our story. As the church, what started here long ago is connected to what you're a part of today. Each new generation of believers started sitting down to write out, "This is what we believe."
And from the beginning, figuring out these creeds and beliefs and how to be followers of Jesus has been done in mission. In other words, in action. Because following Jesus is a movement.
Can you help me out with some more visuals, Mama Luma?
Right on it, kitty cat.
The Salvation Army was started just after a big revival that happened in Great Britain and a young United States. Like many other times in his story, God was really doing something with his people.
As William Booth started out, he wanted to put down some statements so that those who wanted to join in the mission of the Salvation Army would know what that was all about. The doctrines are there to guide us and inspire us. They remind us how important Scripture is and call us to seek holiness.
Where's the other one? So like Kat said, if you think about these things as part of one big story that God is telling with his church, the doctrines are a part of that story.
The Salvation Army is part of that story.
That's right. Holla Mahalo, off.
And now we're part of that story. It's pretty cool to think about all the history. We're joining with millions of believers who've done the same thing.
We have it written down for us, what we think about the Bible.
Doctrine number 1.
What we think of God and his place in our lives.
2, 3, and 4.
The state of the people and the world we live in.
Number 5.
The importance of Jesus.
6, 7, and 8.
That what we do with our lives matters and why.
9 and 10.
And that this world isn't all there is, but there's an eternal kingdom.
Wrapping it up with number 11.
So now that you know a little more about how we got our doctrines, maybe they'll mean something new and special to you.
Maybe they'll help you connect to the greater story being told, the kingdom story. Whenever you stop and think about what it is that
we believe. I knew it.